Pet Talk UK, Pro Beez, and a place to be. Remember, subscribe, and I'm delighted to be joined once again by the voice of reason, Mr. Dean Whyte. How you doing?
All is good, man. All is good. I've got a bee in me bonnet, a bone to chew, so I'm about to let them have it.
Hey, well, look, it's no secret. It's out there to the world that AJ and Tyson Fury are gonna fight twice in 2021 if they are successful in the mandatory defenses. What's your reaction?
Yeah, do you know what? There is somewhat shock, horror, but not necessarily surprised, because obviously this has been an ongoing situation for a very long time now for Dillian, waiting for his mandatory shot. At this juncture, we'd have to really think about what does this mandatory stuff actually mean? You know what I mean? Does it hold any weight? What does it mean, to be mandatory forever and ever, amen? At this juncture, I think he'll be probably better purpose or suited to making his own sanctioning body and fighting for a title which suits himself. At least he can pick a date and get it done and fight, Right now, it's just ridiculous, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's quite a bit of a slap in the face, because here's a man that's fought many, many times under the bright lights, pay-per-view, fighting fights where people said he shouldn't have taken, didn't need to take, wait it out, wait for your mandatory shot. So where would he be now if he didn't take the fights that he had taken previously? It'd be kind of crazy. He'd be just sitting on the shelf gathering dust, you know what I mean, and not moving forward. And now, obviously, look, you've got, obviously, Eddie's his promoter that's meant to be campaigning and championing for him to get this title. But secretly, he's actually been working on the negotiations for the Fury and Wilder fight. I understand Joshua's the golden goose, so, maybe that's where, his bread and butter is, and obviously he wants to make sure he keeps that settled. But, you've got two talented fighters right up the top. You've got three of the best guys in the whole of the heavyweight division. You must want to appease and keep, your fighters happy and try and do your due diligence as the promoter and as the maybe the voice of reason to try and say, well, let me give both my boys the best possible shot and scenario to get him his title shot or whatever you have. You know what I mean? I just feel it's totally unfair. I felt just like it's just crazy. I know there's been whispers about it for a long time, but for it to actually be going and Eddie so confidently come on Sky talking about we've got it over the line is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I know Eddie's got a job, he's got a lot of fighters and he can't please them all, but this one is a bit of pill to swallow because, like I said, Dillian's actually ranked, number 3 or something like that, number 2, number 3, number 4 in position in some people's estimation in the world, you know what I mean? So I think that due respect should be there, and being mandatory, it seems it doesn't mean much these days.
Dillian was meant to be fighting 2021, mandatory challenger for
February 2021. Exactly.
Yeah, I saw Mauricio Solomon said that personally to me in Las Vegas, and if Fury and Joshua fight twice next year, Lord knows how long that extends to.
Yeah.
What do you think's kind of next?
Do you know what? I'm not even sure. Obviously, the WBC said one thing. Obviously, clearly what they've said and what's actually happened is quite different, Same as the promotional company. They've said, we're working on trying to figure out when you're going to get your title shot. And yet again, it's not happened. It's just a really unsavory kind of thing to take in and to sit here wondering what could possibly happen. These guys have got fights ahead of them. Anthony Joshua's got Pulev, Tyson Fury's got Deontay Wilder. They both got to get past those boys. But at no time did I hear Tyson Fury mention Dillian's name in any media, on Instagram, or in news articles what I've read. He hasn't said, well, I'm going to fight Deontay Wilder, and then in February 21, I'm going to fight the likes of Dillian Whyte, and if I'm in control of the belt, then I'm going to go on to fight Joshua. What he's actually stated was, I'm going to fight Deontay Wilder, and I'm going to go into a summer showdown with Anthony Joshua. Terms have been agreed, and that's what he said. So that would suggest they've got their plan, and Dillian isn't part of their plan.
What's the reaction from the camp overall? I mean, you spoken to anyone?
No one's surprised. No one is surprised in the least. Like I said, obviously there is a bit of, horror in that sense, but there isn't any shock because there's been whispers for a while that these guys are in discussions and they've been talking. So it's just the fact that, he's been campaigning for such a while to get his shot. And obviously it just seems unfair that, and unjust that, he hasn't got his opportunity. He's still mandatory, he's still in the waiting room, waiting for his chance to, fight for the WBC title. And it's just saddening because, like I said, you've got his promoter there, WBC, and they're saying stuff, but what they're saying and what they're doing it turns out to be two different things,
You say that you kind of feel like lied to, or there was.
I would say, it's a slap in the face, isn't it? Think about it. Eddie Hearn saying, "Oh, we're going to try and make, the fight for the WBC world title XYZ," and then behind closed doors, he's actually negotiating the Fury and AJ fight.
Would you say actually? Okay, say the Fury is elevated to franchise champion, and then Dillian Whyte promoted to world champion, WBC world champion. Yeah. Is that sort of like a silver lining? Is that a silver lining?
Oh, listen. I've mentioned it. I think I kind of alluded to the same thing in the Bob Arum interview, and a few other times. Obviously, this is when you're asking me something. I don't know what Dillian's mindset is. He obviously believes I've worked hard, which he has. I've done all my obligatory stuff, becoming mandatory challenger and becoming number one. So I deserve to fight for the title, and I deserve to fight the best comers which are available, and who is there and who is the champion. Me, because I've seen the ulterior motive and the plans they got, I'd say to myself, if looking at it, I'd say, listen, it's hard enough. They've kept you waiting such a long time. If the opportunity arose that they elevate him to franchise champion and him become regular champion, I'd say it'd be an opportunity for him to grasp with both hands. But that's just me. Do you understand? Him has got his own plan, and I don't blame that him have that, because he's worked hard and he deserves to fight the best possible person to try and take the strap from them, to say I did it the right way. I wasn't given anything. I earned what I was, my position, and I fought for the best person, the best person available, the true champion who was there, and so on. So I think in that sense, it'd only be down to him to answer if he's happy with, getting the WBC regular world title championship and going on, proceeding from there. But I don't think it would be a bad situation, because these guys have already got their plan and their strategy in place. And I said it the other day that they had their plan, and obviously we can clearly see now. Before it was a speculation that he wasn't in their plans, but it's clearly to see that he's not in their plans, because they're going round the back and maneuvering and making plans without him getting his mandatory shot, which, for me, is a bit of a kick in the teeth, and it's saddening. You know what I mean? If you grow up and you fight and you earn your shot, to become the best in the heavyweight division, to fight for the green belt, and you're not being given the opportunity.
How do you think, obviously, Dillian's going to fight Povetkin in the coming months? Is there going to be that motivation to get up for that? I mean, bearing in mind, you've had this goal that you wanted to achieve for so long. Will you feel like, will you feel up for it?
Listen, Dillian's a professional. He's a warrior, he's a champion at heart, champion at mind. So what I will say is, the motivation, he won't be lacked of any motivation. Maybe it might even give him more impetus to go and smoke Povetkin even more, saying, you know what, you lot continue to do this, because I'm going to make every one of you pay even more so when I get my opportunity. I'm going to make you rue the day you tried to dismiss me. I'm going to make you rue the day you made me wait so long at the back of the queue. And every time when I get in there, when I punish you to the body and punish you to the head, this is for all the times I waited so long. These are for the 1,000 odd days I had to endure pain, stress, and go through the nightmare of being on the outside looking in. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, obviously we're around him, we're going to encourage him to do his thing. He's someone who doesn't need much encouraging. He's very, very much a strong-minded person. So I believe he's going to continue training and he's going to try and become the best he can be when he fights Povetkin on the night. And he's going to come out and be brutal and devastating. And I'll be championing him that he keeps that mindset and keeps himself mentally sharp. Because listen, you can't hold a good man down. And that's a fact. No matter what happens, you can't hold a good man down. The cream always rises to the top.
The fight itself, the announcement, Joshua and Fury, do you even care about the announcement, or are you under the impression that...
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I'm a boxing fan, but I've not even paid it the slightest bit of attention because I just feel it's really, really undermining. You know, it's really, really undermining for my little bro Dillian. It's really undermining for the team. It's really undermining for the Dillian Whyte fans who've been so patiently waiting over 1,000 days, spending their money, coming to tune in, coming to watch and support. They deserve their day to watch Dillian fight for a world title. They deserve their day. Those are the ones who I really feel sorry for. Those are the ones who, you know, are campaigning and shouting, you know, when is Dillian's going to get his shot? The body snatcher deserves his shot. You know what I mean? Those are the ones I really feel sorry as well as Dillian. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's just literally a kick in the teeth, innit? So I don't know. It's kind of just hard to kind of comprehend what's going on and how you move forward in this position, knowing that there's a lot of skullduggery underhand here in many departments that have failed Dillian miserably in many ways. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Some might say, you know, you was offered the AJ fight and you didn't take it. That's not the WBC world title, mind you. You know what I mean? But it was a unified title shot. But yeah, again, some may say that you missed the boat because I've heard that many times. But you know what? Not being funny, he's mandatory for the WBC world title, and he should be given his shot. We all know that. We all know justice needs to be served. We all know that Dillian needs his shot, and you know, anyone with a heart and a bit of compassion knows what he's been through, knows where he's come from, knows the struggle, and you know, and he's done a great job coming through from against all the odds and all the adversities. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Well, look, Dean, I won't hold you for any longer. I can see you're clearly gutted, but yeah, man, thanks for stopping in.
Listen,
and Black Box all the way.
Thanks very much, man, for
Pep Talk all the way.
Let me talk. Come on, as always, man.
My brother.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Thanks for your time, man.